Guys, today we're going to be talking about Sunshot, and it is an exotic hand cannon. Actually, if you're kicking off the beta for the first time, your hunter actually will receive this weapon within the first mission. Spoiler alert, by the way, but just letting you guys know, this weapon is accessible for everyone, so start up a hunter. With that being said, though, I do want to talk about this weapon because I was talking about hand cannons just yesterday, and I felt like, for the most part, with Better Devils and Minuet, I felt like the weapons themselves just didn't feel that powerful, and that's something that's kind of apparent across the board for all weapons. But the good thing with something like pulse rifles and auto rifles in the beta so far is they feel extremely consistent. And when I say something that feels weaker, it's not necessarily just the damage numbers themselves are weaker, but the way in which hand cannons are snagging shots also feels just kinda off, is the best way I can put it. Now let me go ahead and put this into reference though. Those are the issues that I ran into with Minuet and Better Devils. Sunshot, on the other hand, Sunshot's nice, man. I mean, so nice. This hand cannon is beautiful. I love the way it reloads. I love the animation. I also love the way it hits enemies. I love the way it sounds. But it's not even just that. The weapon itself has just great capabilities to snag shots. Better, in my opinion, than Better Devils and Minuet both. And so let's talk about hand cannons and also the way PvP may be looking in Destiny 2. So first and foremost, let's hit the perks real quick. So we got Sunburn right here. This weapon fires explosive rounds and highlights targets that take damage from Sunshot. The explosive round thing is extremely nice. You know, we play with Better Devils. Better Devils also has like its form of explosive rounds. I want to say that Sunshot explosive rounds is just something unique. I mean, this Sunburn perk right here really adds another element to explosive rounds. I feel like it does more work on enemies in terms of just either flinching or messing with their visuals or whatnot. I feel like Sunburn though is really good. Now moving on, the Chamber Compensator is just a stable barrel attachment. Again, these are all fixed perks, just like most of our exotics in Destiny 1. Improves recoil direction, slightly decreases handling speed, but you know, honestly, if you look down below, the handling speed is pretty damn hefty, man. That's something that's going to be extremely noticeable when you mess around with this hand cannon versus others. Accurazed rounds. This weapon can fire longer distances. Increases range. I can tell you right now, yeah, it can not only fire a longer range, I feel like it added the ability to snag crit shots from quite a hefty distance, and it was easy to actually land the shot. So I'll get into that as we get further. Sunblast. Targets killed with Sunshot explode in solar energy. Essentially, they do explode. It's like a cooler version of Firefly, if you want to know. I find that the way the enemies themselves disintegrate makes you want to just come back for fucking more. I mean, it's nice. It's beautiful. I gotta say, I like the rework done on it. But yeah, it's essentially kind of like Firefly with a twist. Texture grip. The friction on this weapon's grip is particularly strong. Greatly increased handling speed, slightly decreases stability. Now, that's good too. And I wonder how this is going to go in Destiny 2 as well, as if we have an option to not highlight some of these. I would assume with the increase in handling speed, that's nice. I would have to know exactly how much texture grip actually increases that. You know what I'm saying? Could we just say the hell with that ability, keep on stability, and just go with it, right? I don't know. That's just gonna have to be something when Destiny 2 goes into place. But let's talk about how the weapon is working in the beta. Now, something someone said yesterday was that this is an older version of Destiny 2 and that everything's gonna change when the game launches. I completely agree with that statement, as in there is going to be some various changes that occur in Destiny 2 upon launch. But with that being said, the changes that Bungie has outlined have actually all been PvE related changes, as in what we have in PvP, and I quote, "We are looking at a finished product with only some fine tweaking upon launch." Okay, so you see what we're looking at here in PvP is pretty much what we're going to be looking like whenever the game actually launches, guys. So there is a somewhat of a reason for us to be reviewing and looking at weapons and kind of speculating what the hell is going to happen, because what the fuck else am I supposed to do? Am I just supposed to just not make videos? But Sunshot itself is by far the superior hand cannon out of all the hand cannons I have played with this week. Guys, it's good, and it's so surprisingly how good it is, because the first thing I realized was like, okay, the magazine size is 8. You know, that seems pretty bad considering for the most part, most times Guardians take 4 to 5 shots to kill, and I was really kind of concerned about that magazine size. Actually, that was like one of the main things that steered me away. But the weapon itself is just fine. The handling speed is so good. The reload speed is so good. You know, whipping it. I love the way it reloads, by the way. The way it reloads is just, oh my god, it's just so sexy, man. But I mean, like from a magazine standpoint, where I was concerned, that was immediately dealt with as I began playing with the weapon. Now you're probably wondering what some numbers are. So PvP body shot damage is actually 20 times 2, which is 40. Ooh, I could do math. And then the PvP headshot damage is 20 plus 40. I saw some considerable damage drop off in some places, even on the map that we're currently playing on. But here's something I want to point out about Sunshot. Even in Destiny 1, whenever you had damage fall off with certain hand cannons, you would notice not only a difference in damage fall off, but you would almost notice a difference in aim assist values at a certain distance. Like you felt the hand cannon actually not grab at certain distances. So that's something that's really surprising about Sunshot. I wonder if that's something that's just apparent with most of our hand cannons. Despite there being a little bit of damage fall off there at some distances, I felt like the hand cannon itself was still snagging shots. So even though it might resort to a damage fall off being like 30 instead of its actual 40, the weapon itself was hitting pretty solid. Plus, on top of that, explosive rounds are hitting its nice healthy 20 every time you make a hit, so that's something that's really nice. I think explosive rounds is a very good perk to have on any of your hand cannons in Destiny 2, and I'm looking forward to see how well this weapon actually competes against the rest of them. Guys, Sunshot is a gun for you. You need to get your hands on it, fellas. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button. And if there's anything else in particular you want me to take a look at, fellas, just let me know in the comments below. And as always, guys, I'll catch you later.
Slap that like button like your mama told you right.